the G7 used to be the G8. Barack Obama and a person named Trudeau didn't want to have Russia in. And I would say that that was a mistake, because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had Russia in. And you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. It didn't work out that way. But it used to be the G8, and now it's, I guess, what's that, 8 years ago, it switched over. They threw Russia out, which I think was a big mistake. Even though I wasn't in politics then, I was very loud about it. It was a mistake in that you spend so
all
much
the things going on in the world, the economy
so it makes life more
crashing down because of his tariffs, and this is what he talks about. Russia.
I think we're going to accomplish.
He talks about Russia.
And I expect to, and I think our primary focus will be trade and trade with Canada. And I'm sure we can work something out.
So the first thing he says,
Thank you very much.
Russia.
It was a big mistake. Obama didn't want him, and the head of your country, the proud head of your country, didn't want him. This was a big mistake. You wouldn't have that war. You know, you have your enemy at the table. Even I don't even consider him. He wasn't really an enemy at that time. There was no concept. If I were president, this war would have never happened. But likewise, if he were a member of what was called the G8 at that time, it was always the
He's an
G8,
embarrassment to us.
You wouldn't have a war right now.
And going on about if I were president then, if he were president through all of mankind.
We've always supported Israel. We have for a long period of time, strongly. And Israel's doing very well right now.
Why not have China the biggest economy in the world after the United States?
Well, it's not a bad idea. I don't mind that. If somebody wants to suggest China coming in, I think we suggest. But you want to have people
Now
that you can talk
China
to
to go into the
They
G7.
don't talk. Putin speaks to me. He doesn't
Let's
speak
just
to
have the
anybody
two
else. He doesn't
countries
want
that
to
violate
He was
human
very
rights and
insulted
start
when he got
wars.
thrown out of the G8.
Let's have them right
As I
in.
would be, as you would be, as anybody would be. He was very insulted.
Dictator.
And I mean, he was thrown out by Trudeau, who convinced one or two people.
Back on Russia.
Obama.
Here, the people who want to make America great again, how do you like it that your president just talks about Russia all the time? And what about us?
And I agree with him.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you have right there, a Russian lover.